Internet. So I hope you all are excited to learn form validation. So as usual, I won't want to waste you guys time, so I already have the HTML mockup, which is this. You have a link to the HTML mockup on the comment box, so do well to get the HTML mockup so you're able to follow up with the tutorial. So right here we have our basic HTML mockup for the form, which is this, looking very ugly right now. So with that being said, let's go ahead and write the CSS rules for it. So we'll start by creating a rule for the body element. I'll use the body instead of a wrapping div to save us time. So right here is the SVG for our project. I'll also drop the SVG on the comment box so you can get it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and write some rules. So let's start by adding the body tag. So we'll give it a background image and add a linear gradient to it, which will set it from to left top. So then now we'll add RGB value. Zero, 0.356 should be okay. 356, perfect. Okay, so let's add the second value, RGBA 20, 19, 0. Maybe let's give it 144. Okay, that should be okay. So let's add our image, our SVG to say. Okay, let me break this down now. It's getting too long. Okay, perfect. So I gave it a name of sv.svg. So let's see it now. Okay, perfect. Okay. So right here we have some fonts, which I don't want to go back to Google Font to get it. So you can choose any font you want, but this is the font you will see in the HTML mockup you'll be getting from my GitHub page. So let's add some more rules to the image. So now let's add background position to center for responsiveness, and give it a width of 100% viewport width and the height of 100% viewport height. 100% viewport height, and the background repeat of no repeat. So why we give it a background repeat of no repeat, if you can, okay, right now it's removed already, but we can just add it to make sure it will be responsive. Okay, let me just take this out first. So as you can see here, you can see the background keep repeating. So that's what background repeat actually helps us do. So when you add background repeat is to avoid the image from repeating. So background repeat to no repeat. Okay, that's perfect. So let's build a display of flex to center any element inside it, which is the form element. So let's justify it now to the center, and add a padding of 0 pixel to avoid white space, padding of 0 pixel, and a margin of 0 pixel, 0 pixel. So if you want, you can actually add overflow X to make sure it will be responsive in all devices, and add overflow X to no repeat, to hidden, sorry. So now this is our image looking perfect. Okay, let's continue. And this is not the default color of the image. This is not the default color. So let me take out the shadow. Okay, let me take out the linear gradient so you see the default color now. So so this is not the default color. Let me take out this linear gradient and see how the image looks like. So this is how the image looks like. It is very bright, so it might actually help people's eye because of the contrast. So that's why I decided to add the linear gradient to it. So let's add it back. But I think there's something wrong with this linear gradient from the finished version of this project. Here is a little bit dark. Let me see what I did wrong. Oh, now I can see. So it's supposed to be another 19 here. 19. Okay, let me see it now. Perfect. Okay, so let's move forward. Let's now create a login box rule. So if you're not following up, you can go to the index.html. You can see the login box, a class of login box. So that's also what we are going to style right now. So let's give it a class name of login box. Let's make sure we get the class name correct by copying it. So let's paste it here, login box. So let's give it a background color of white, or not white, and a width of 400 pixel should be okay. 400 pixel, and a height of 300 pixel. 300 pixel. And let's also give it a display of flex. Display flex box. Perfect. So now let's justify the content to the center, and also align it to the center. Perfect. Let's give it a flex direction. By default, flexbox direction is row. So now let's change it to column instead of the default style. So perfect. Let's give it a border radius of maybe 20 pixels should be okay. Perfect. So let's add some filter to it. Okay, let's see what we have right now. Something wrong? Don't think so. I think something is wrong. Okay, let's check our roof if we are missing anything. Justify content center. What am I missing right now? It should be at the center. Okay, let me see. Display flex, justify content center. Or we didn't align it to the center. That was right. So align, go back to the body tag and align it to the center. So let's see what we have now. Perfect. Okay, So now let's style this h1. Let's style the h1. So let's go back down. So let me see the class name I give to it. Okay, I didn't give it a class name because that's the only h1 on our document. So h1. So let's give it a line height first. A line height of 40 pixels and color. Okay, let me add a pound symbol for 0. Okay, 264 should be okay. Do I get it right? 404264. Okay, perfect. So let's give it a padding of 0 pixel. 0 pixel. Then align the text to the center. Text align center. So now let's get a font family for the h1. So here we have h1 font family. Let's copy this. Okay, perfect. Nice. So let's tell the input element now, which is this, the input element, which has a class name of input info. Where is it? Okay, I think I'm missing something. Okay, this is it. So let's tell it right now. Info input, info import. So I actually find it difficult to give element class names to name elements. So you can actually name it something different from mine. You get? So I think we use capital letter here. So let's use the capital letter. Info input. Perfect. So let's give it a margin of 10 pixel. 10 pixel. And the border. Okay, maybe let's just give it a border style. So just border style. Where are you? Okay, border style of solid. Perfect. Okay, and so I should, okay, border top none. I would have used normal border and just give all style all at the same time, but for some reason I decided to do it this way. Border left of none and border right of none. Okay, so let's give it a white a color. Let's first of all add the pound star. Okay, I have it saved already here. Okay, that's perfect. So now let's add a width to it. A width of maybe 250 pixels should be okay, or less. 250 pixels. And let's add an outline of none to it. Of none. Okay, now let's add some transition. Hope I pronounce it right. So let's animate all. all, and within 0 point maybe 5 seconds, and give it easy in, is in. Can give it anyone you want, but I decided to go with is in. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, this is it. So let's say our 5 second is in. It does not seem like it's working. Okay, I know why. Let's not bother for now. No worry, it's not working. Okay, so our form is looking pretty good already. So let's now work on the focus, which is this. So we're able to change the color. So let's add a focus attribute to it. Okay, perfect. So I'm trying as much as I can to be fast on this, in order not to consume time. I know you guys are all interested on the CSS code and the CSS code. So let's add a focus to it. Focus. Hope I can focus. So let's add a border color to it to change the color. No, not border boy. Border color. Give me my suggestion. Border color. Okay. B. I don't have the color saved. 7. Okay, this is it. Perfect. So let's see the results now. Perfect. You can see the transition. You can see now. Let me click out. You can look at this border as how it changes the color. So let me click out now. Perfect. You see, it takes 5 seconds. So you can increase it or decrease it. So you can actually give it 1 second, but to be a little bit slow. That's why I leave it on 0.5 seconds. So now let's tell the placeholder. You can see the placeholder is not looking good at all based on the font and the color. So let's change it. Let's work on the placeholder. Let's copy this again and paste it here. Okay, and add a placeholder. Wow, placeholder shown. Wonder what it does. I'll check it out later. No, every day we keep learning new things as long as you practice. So let's give it a color of maybe black, and a font. Okay, let's get a font family from our save font. Where is one for placeholder? Okay, is it? Okay, let's go down. Hope we don't see the devil. Okay, that's perfect. So let's give it a font size of 16 pixel or less. Font size 16 pixel px. Okay, let's see our result now. Okay, that's better. That's much better. Okay, so I guess it's time to work on the button, the submit button. So let's first of all align it to the center. Let's go to our HTML document, because if you don't have it, but it's advisable to just go to my GitHub page and get this stuff, so you can follow along and actually tweak the CSS and make yours better than mine. You get, so that's a better way to learn. So let's align it to the center. Text align. Whoa, not that. What am I spelling? Oh, my bad, I didn't add the curly braces. Text align. Please guys, just try and able to subscribe to help me grow. You know, the more subscribers I get, the more likes and views I get will actually encourage me to keep doing this. So guys, please subscribe to the channel. So now let's copy this stuff and style the button. Hope you guys share this video with friends and just help the channel grow. So let's give this a font family of Roboto font, which is actually my best font for 2019. Yeah, I'm recording this video December 1st of December 2019. So I wonder where you're watching it right now, but I hope the channel must have grown when you're watching it and not dead. Okay, that's nice. Font family is yet twice, so let's just take the first font family out. Okay, that's perfect. Let's see what we have now. Okay, already centered with the font family added to it. So with that being said, the font family is not added to this stuff. This is not Roboto. Was oh, my bad again. So let's add button to this, Button, if I can spell. I'm very bad at spelling. Yeah, I'm bad at spelling. I'm so bad at spelling. Somebody should teach me how to spell. Okay, that's perfect. I don't know why this stuff keep going on and off if I don't refresh my browser. Okay, that's perfect. Let's now add a background color to it. Let's add a background color. So now let's add a background color to it. Background color. Okay, perfect. Let's add our favorite pound sign and give it maybe 2. Is it 222? No, it's not. Forgotten the color I use, but let me keep trying random color. Hope I get it. Maybe 2F. Oh, it's not it. Let me take out 1 from here. Okay, here we have a color. Perfect. So let's give it a width. You can actually give it a max width instead of using width, but I'm gonna give it a width anyway. 150 pixel. Okay, perfect. And the padding of 10 pixel. Padding of 10 pixel. Stay top, bottom, left and right. Should have 10 pixel padding, which is equal padding. So let's give it a margin. Maybe margin top instead of margin of maybe 30 pixel. Sure. Oh, let's use 20. No, 30 should be okay. 30 pixel and a border radius of 30 pixel. No, border right, Nikki. Border radius 30 pixel. Oh, 30 pixel. Okay, perfect. And the border of none. And let's not forget to remove the outline. I really hate that outline. So let's change the cursor to pointer. And give it a color. Okay, white. I need a white, so just white for me. White, cool. Okay, so let's remove the outline to avoid those clicks. Okay, you know what I'm saying, you get my point. So outline to none. I'm kind of happy today. So let's add a transition again to it. Transition. Can't spell. Thank God there's something called auto suggestion, if I can pronounce. I really have a bad asset. So let's give it a background. Let's translate the background. OUND. Okay, I got it right, I think background. So let's give it also a 0.5 seconds. Okay, and also is it in, cool. So let's see our result, but before that, let's give it a font size and a line height. So let's give it a font size of maybe 15 pixel, font size 15 pixel, and the line height of maybe 20 pixel, line height 20 pixel. Cool. So let's see our result now. Okay, perfect. We don't have the hover state right yet. Okay, let me refresh the browser. I don't know why the icon keep going out. Stay on my browser and stop going out. Perfect, we have it back. So now let's create a hover state for our button. So let's just copy this. Let's copy it. Okay, perfect. Let's add our, okay, we have it already copied. So let's add the curly braces for the closing tag and add our hover. Let's not forget why we are doing this is to add a hover state. Perfect. Okay, with that being said, let's add our hover color, background color. So it's advisable when you're working with one of the rules of UI is not to use more than 2 colors. Someone taught me not to use more than 2 colors, but sometimes it's hard to just maintain just 2 colors. So all you need to do is add a lighter shade of the color, a darker shade of the color, and sometimes I can't just help it and end up using 3 colors. So right here, I guess I use 3 colors here, but it's advisable to use just 2 colors. So with that being said, let's just add a lighter shade of our default color. So now let's add our favorite pound sign. Okay, I already have it on my screen. So let's add for 1. Is that it? Is that it? I don't think so. Okay. I've forgotten what color I use. Maybe 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 3, 1. Oh God, I can't believe I've forgotten this color. Shit. 366. Okay, perfect. Clap for Andy. Okay, let's change the color to weight. Okay, this is actually the third color my document with your third color. So let's see our results. Okay, you see it. Is it the 1.5 milliseconds, 1.5 seconds, sorry, not milliseconds. So you can see the color and the background color change at the same time stamp. You can see. Okay, with that being said, let's refresh our browser to get our 5 icon back. They refuse to stay on my screen. Okay, before that, let's tell this stuff now. Let's tell it. You can see where it is right here on the document. So let's go ahead and style it to make it look good. You know, all we want is to make the website good. That's our aim for this. So let's add the, I gave it a class name of, okay, I can't remember. Let me go and check. Icon container, this should be, so right here, this is the wrapping div for this input tag and the 5 icon. And why I do it that way is because of I want to use a relative position here in order for the absolute position not to leave the document flow. Okay, if you don't know, I won't explain here how to use relative or absolute position or fixed or static position because I have a tutorial on it on my channel. So if you actually want to learn how it works, just go to the video and learn how it works, but I'm not going to explain it right now. So for some reason, we added a relative position to this icon container. So let's copy it. Okay, and paste it here because I want more views on that video. That's why I want to explain it here. My bad, not my bad. Okay, that's nice. So let's just quickly add a position relative to it. But I'm too good enough. I'll explain it. So position relative actually stops absolute position from its default behavior, maybe of leaving the parent document and going to the next parent document, next parent to it. So that's why we're using relative position here. So when we use relative position, we can now use the absolute position and it won't behave in the default way. If the English is correct. I'm not perfect, bro. So let's now add the file icon fa. Okay, let's see our result now. Let's refresh our browser. Know what's wrong with you. Okay, nothing has changed yet because we have not had absolute position to it. So here I have the class name of, let me say, fa icon. Let me copy it so to make this stuff pretty fast and paste it and add our curly braces to it. Then what next? Let's add the position absolute to it. Okay, position absolute. So let's see if there's any changes yet. Refresh again. My system is slow, it's filled up already with files. Okay, there is a little bit. So now let's add our left, top, bottom. You know how it works. So let's add a left of maybe 19 pixels. Yeah, let's add a left. Let's move to the left. Left 19 pixels and top 0 pixel and a border of none. I'm tapping border of none. Then let's add a cursor to it. Cursor pointer. Perfect. And maybe a border radius of 100%. Okay. My bad. I know I'm not getting my auto suggestion because of this. Let's take it to the next line. Border radius. Border radius. Okay. Let me see something. Refresh. Wow. Why is it so? Why is it so? Can we just add the outline and the rest? Outline, none. Text align. Center. And the margin top. Where's my margin top? 10 pixel. And the margin right of 20 pixel. 20 pixel, 20 pixel. Wake up if you're sleeping already. Wake up. So let's give the pattern right. Should be a big. Let's give it. Let's see what we have now. Let's see what we have. Oh, too bad. Why is it? I messed something up here. Let me take this out first. You know where my error is coming from. I can't see get what's wrong with it. Position absolute, left 19, left left. Okay, oh, now I get what's wrong with our code. I saw this stuff back now. What is wrong? Okay, so I gave it. I asked. What actually happened here is that it moved 19 pixels to the right. This is it. So it should be negative 19 pixel, not actually 19 pixel. So negative 19 pixel. Oh, it disappears again. Oh, perfect. So that's nice. So I think there is it. Okay. So let's continue with our code. So let's add let's tell these icons. Let's tell it. So that's FAI and also FA user circle. Hope I'm getting this right because I've used this icon more than 10 times today. CIRCLE circle. Don't laugh at me if I don't get the spelling right, but I hope I do. 0 pixel and the height of 0 pixel, and let's give it a font size something big. If I can spell 18 pixel, no, 18 pixel, and the margin right of 0 pixel, margin right 0 pixel, and a padding right of 0 pixel. Okay, let's see what we have now. Refresh. Okay, perfect. Okay, we don't have it working because we have not written a JavaScript code for it yet. So let's keep working on it. So friends, as you can see, I already have the regular expression here. So if you don't know how to use regular expression, or if you don't understand it, very soon I'm going to do a video on regular expression and explain to you guys how it works, but it's actually a little bit confusing. So that's why I decided to get it from Google and paste it here. So it's a very good way to validate email to avoid guys putting something not good on your form. So with that being said, right here we have already added some on-click listener to it, which on the 5 icon, which is this, I added a click listener of toggle password. So let's copy this. These on-click actually help us create on-click events to the input to the 5 icon, the icon. So let's copy this and create a function. So this is our click function, and let's write some JavaScript for it. So let's paste it here. So guys, I'll be using ESC syntax right here. So if you don't know how to use ESC syntax, I guess you should wait for my JavaScript video and learn it, or you can just search for ESC syntax on YouTube. There's so many tutorials based on that, and it's very easy to understand. All you need to do is to get your head around it. So I'm using ESC's function type, which is arrow function. So people call it arrow function. So now let's create a variable of let. This is called let. Let is still the same thing like variable. It's still the same thing as variable, but in ESCs we use let because there's more there's more things that's being added to the let, and some loop that var has that let don't have. So it is best to use let and const. You get, so it is best to use let. So with that being said, let's go ahead and write the show and hide password. Okay, perfect. So let's give it a variable name of let's name. No, it does not sound good at all, but a variable name you should know is let. So maybe you should give it a short password. Show password. So let's get a document dot. So we have document dot get element by ID and document dot query selector, but I realized that document dot query selector does not work on some browsers. Yeah, it does not work on some browsers. So because of that, like some older browsers, but Chrome accepts document dot query selector to just get any element on your document. So because of this, I'll use the old document dot get element by ID that every browser understands. So with that being said, let's get this my input. Let's copy it. And also you can create a separate JavaScript code for it, but because we have just a little code here, that's why I decided to write it on this page. Probably on another tutorial, I won't be doing it this way. So let's paste it in the middle, my input. Perfect. So now let's write some if statement, if and else statement. So if what? Right now we want to actually, so write an if and else statement which asks if show password, if the element has a show password of true, we want to change the password to text. You understand? Because input value has this type value which states either text or password or any other type. So let me show it to you guys so it will be easier for you to understand. So write if show password to avoid mistakes. Let's just copy this. You can just write if show password dot type, which is the type I'm talking about. So right now let me show you guys the HTML document. So right here we have a type of password, and right here we have a type of email. So input elements has different types: password, text, email, text, password, and the rest. So right now we want to check if the password is actually a password of a type of password. So we use it by using this expression if it's identical or equals to password. So password, better don't mess up the spelling here, so avoid bugs because I'm not ready to debug right now. Yeah, I'm already doing that. Just set myself, I don't want to mess it up. Okay, perfect. So right now if it is checked as true, what do we want it to do? We want it to actually, so actually just pause the video right now because of the noise. I'm in the office right now and there's celebration going on, so everybody's actually making noise right now. So but I guess there's no noise right now, so let's continue with our tutorial. So right now we have if show password dot type is equals to password. So if it is equals to password, what do we want it to happen? We want to change it back to text. Then if it's equals to text, we want to change it back to password. So before that, let's change this show password dot type back to text. So to actually make it toggle off and on, you have to still write an else statement to it. If not, this code will actually work this way, but for the toggle to actually, for it to actually make the toggle condition, you have to actually add an else condition to it. So before that, let's change it back to text. Perfect. So now let's write the else statements, the else. Okay, perfect. Here. So now let's change the show password dot type back to password, Let's check our spelling by adding Ctrl D to this. Wait, it skipped something. That tells me that password. Did it? Password. Okay. Guess I get it right. Okay, so I'm scared I'm not seeing very well, so let me just repeat this stuff. Password. Okay, so let's check what we have now. Let's refresh our browser and see what we have right now. Okay, perfect. Let's toggle it. Perfect. Okay, so let me explain this stuff again in case if you don't get it yet. So here we have a type, which is dot type, which is calling the type element, which is this. Where is the type? I find it difficult to see lately. Which is the type of password, and we also have a type of email. So it might be confusing to you if you don't know how to use how input elements work, or if you don't know input elements, how to use input element. So every input element has a type property, either of text, password. There is so many. Just go to w3school.org and learn.com or .org. Just type w3school to bring it out. So and check different types which we have. So right here we are just changing it from type of password. So when it is on password, automatically the input element will know that this is actually a password input field. Because of that, it won't allow you to see the password. But right here we change it back to from type of password to text. That's why it allows us to see the password once again. Then when we click on it, it goes back to password. So actually there's a loop going on right here. So it goes from password to text whenever you click on it. When it checks the condition and the condition is met to password or to text, it changes it to the either password or to text. So it is very easy to understand if you know how to use input elements. So with that being said, let's write our validation code for the email. So right here I did validate the password because I believe the password should be coming from the back end, and we don't have any back end right now. So and most time it won't be on the front end that the validation will be going on, because some guys can actually turn off JavaScript on the browser and still get away with the authentication, or rather with the validation. So with that being said, let's write some if and else statement for our email. So I'll still use ESC syntax. So on the email we have okay, where is it? Oh, am I blind? Okay, perfect. It is on the submit button, because it is on the submit button. Right here you will notice on this input field I didn't add form to it. Why I didn't add form to it is because I don't want the website to actually reload whenever the when the button is being clicked. But you can actually stop it by using changing the default state. I've forgotten how to actually do that, but it is quite easy to do. So you have to stop it from the default state of actually reloading the document. Event dot default. Oh, I can't remember, but I actually know how to do it. My head is empty right now. So with that being said, let's write some if and else statement. As before, we will first of all write the code and I will explain it to you guys. So with that being said, I gave it a function name of var email. Okay, this is it. I call a modern day arrow function. Okay. So therefore, let's set the pattern. Rn, if I can spell. Pattern. Okay. Let's set it to this regular expression. Before we do that, why don't we just get our email document? That should be the first thing we are supposed to do. So let's first of all write some let email and get our input our submit button. document.get element by id. Okay, perfect. Oh, what am I doing? So let's get it now, the email, and get the value out of the email. What am I doing? Okay, perfect. Dot value. The value actually takes out the value from the input element. That means whatever the user types in, it actually gets the value. And if you don't want to do it this way, you can just call the email variable again, email, then add the value to it if you don't want to do it this way. But it's better to do it that way. So with that being said, let's now test this stuff by using it. The test function is usually used with regular expression. So let's create another variable and call it is valid and name it is valid and set it to pattern test email. Then we'll pass the email variable to it. This test function is usually used with this regular expression to test the email if it is valid. Okay, so now let's write some if and else statement. If it is not true, it should be false. That's all about code. If this is not true, this should be false. If it is not false, it should be true. So most time we're working with if and else statements. So let's call the email. Okay, where are you? Okay, if email is not equals to none, okay, this exclamation mark means if it is not equals to none. Like if it is not instead of if it is null, I use if it is not equals to. This stuff is negative. Like if it is not equals to none, null. I can't pronounce it very well, but if you can, thanks for that. So if it is not equals to null, and we want to test two condition right here. So this symbol right here actually tests for both conditions, because this code will actually run or actually works when both condition is true. If both condition is not met, if it is not met, the code won't run. So both condition must be met, it must be true. So if is valid, which is our pattern.test, if the two condition is met, is valid. If the both, and if it's valid, is equals to false, is equals to false. Okay, can get the logic right now. So if it is equals to false, let's get our document.get element by id. Let me just get it from here. You can't confuse already. Am I missing something? This shouldn't be here. This should be here. Okay, perfect. So right now, document.get element.value here. So let's first of all set this to nothing. Okay, so I want to change the value to nothing, to set the value to an empty string. So let's create another value. So I think let's use, okay, you know what, let me just write the code out, because it's actually hard for me to think and explain at the same time. So document.get element by id of email email. Okay, cool. So er dot placeholder placeholder placeholder. I get this spelling right. This is not CSS, it won't correct me. Placeholder, HOLDER, should be equals to invalid email. Then you should return it first. Return first. So what we actually did here is, okay, this is not the best way to name your variable. It's very bad to name your variable like this, but this is a tutorial. So I'm just gonna do it this way. So what we did here is, I know I actually don't need to get this stuff again. I can actually get the email and then get a placeholder. So you can do that, friends, at least to help you to learn and play around with this code. So I can just call the email.placeholder and change it to invalid. So what happened here is that if email is not none and its value is false, so if this two condition is met, if the two condition is met, because of this sign, this symbol here, the two condition must be met. If it is not met, the code should not run, or if it is not met, it should run. So it is actually either truthful or false. That is the two condition here. So if email is not none and is valid is false, don't do this. You can do this if this condition is met. So because of that, we now change this the placeholder to invalid email. So there's another way to do this stuff. You can just get the inner.html and create a variable and create an element and pass it there, or create a model that tells you user that email is invalid. So there's a different way to do this particular stuff to display an error message to the user. But right here, I decided to do this with the placeholder. So there's more you can do with this stuff. There's more you can do with it. You can also change the placeholder color or make it bold, more bold, by adding some CSS to it. So my focus on this stuff is not working on JavaScript, but more on creating a card using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I won't go that more in depth on JavaScript unless I'm actually making a tutorial focused on just JavaScript. So with that being said, let's write the else statement for this. Let me go through this code and make sure I'm not missing anything. I guess that's all. So try and change this stuff to a name that actually calls this placeholder, or that actually makes sense, that any developer will understand that this is what this programmer is trying to do here, so you won't confuse other developers. So let's use this time else if statement, if else, not else if else. So if else, what do we want it to do? So we want to check if the email what am I doing? Okay, if the email is not equals to null, and is valid is equals to true. This time it should be true. So what do we want? Instead of displaying some success message to the user, let me just create an alert to make this easier. Okay, access. Access granted. Okay, let's see if it works now. So I'm sure you understand the logic here. I'm sure you understand the logic. Else, if email is not known and is valid is true, when the regular expression is met, when it is being tested and it is met that it is not a wrong email address, then allow the user. So most time this authentication will be done in the back end because some users can take off JavaScript from running on it and be able to bypass this authentication, this validation. So is it that it's being done with Node or some other means? So let me refresh the browser right now. So let's try code. Okay, perfect. Invalid email. Okay, so let's try this and okay, so let's see it. Please guys, subscribe now. Please, the channel needs to grow. Please help me subscribe. Like subscribe now. I'm done with this tutorial and you can see everything is working perfectly. Access granted. So that's all on creating a validate and create a form using JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. So if there's any question based on this, or you don't understand the regular expression, or you don't understand the pattern.test, which tests the regular expression. So to learn more about regular expression, you can actually search for regular expression on Google. But I will drop a link on the comment box so you can go and learn regular expression if you can't wait for me to do the JavaScript video. So with that being said, I think we are done with this tutorial, and I beg you guys, please share this tutorial with friends and kindly subscribe to my channel and keep sharing, help the channel grow, and thanks for watching. Okay, I'm coming right now. Thanks for watching anyway.